All righty, BT and Sal, what's going on? 10:02 on the Fan. How are you? So last night was the end of the baseball season. Today is the start of the season that we really care about. That will be our baseball season, as in the Yankees and the Mets. And, man, we got a lot of questions here. Who's going to manage the Mets? What is Alonso going to get in terms of a contract if he gets one? The Ohtani stuff. There is one thing that must happen. That absolutely must happen for the New York Yankees.
What's that?
And when we're doing our show at the Hard Rock on opening day, all right, we must hear left field, now batting, Juan Soto. If Juan Soto is not a Yankee, then the Yankees still are not serious about getting back to the business of being the Yankees. Must be.
Well, look, I think Juan Soto will be a perfect fit, but I think the Yankees are far from, having Juan Soto be the be-all, end-all. We've talked about this during the offseason, actually during the season, BT, and then on in the offseason a little bit, where they got to get rid of Giancarlo Stanton. They got to go out there and operate the way that the Yankees used to operate in getting big-time players. Yeah, Soto's the perfect fit for New York, specifically Yankee Stadium, lefty bat, all that stuff. The attitude, the postseason acumen. You're going to be willing to give up Anthony Volpe to get him?
I don't think you have to. I mean, listen, you're going to have to give up a ton, but they are bleeding out money. I know many of you, if you didn't, I'll give you a quick thumbnail. The Padres had to take out a $50 million loan to meet payroll this year, and Juan Soto's going to be making a lot of money.
But then
they've got to trade him.
But then why wouldn't other teams get involved?
They will.
Okay.
They will.
So the more teams that are involved for him,
yep,
the higher the price goes. So the Yankees have shown a reluctancy in recent years, and correct me if I'm wrong, to either A, part with top prospects, or B, part with big money. They haven't done it. I mean, Corey Seager was available for the New York Yankees. They needed a shortstop. The old Yankees just say, hey, best shortstop available. Let's go get him.
Yep.
No, they trade for IKF. So the Yankees haven't spent big money. They haven't given up prospects in a trade to get the big guys. Why all of a sudden are you thinking that they're going to be able to do both? And that's what it would take to get Soto, because you're not going to trade the top prospects for him if you're not planning on signing him.
You're going to trade the top prospects, but I think there's a way to probably circumvent giving up Volpe. Everything else, you got to do what you got to do. And I also think, now listen, that's a good point. More teams jumping into the Juan Soto sweepstakes, and let's face it, you would think that there'd be 10, 12, 15 teams banging down the Padres' door with, their top 3, 4, 5 prospects
even
to get
just
this done.
Or just for a rental year.
Just for a rental. But here's the thing. What I was going to say is I think there's a very easy way for Juan Soto to – I think Juan Soto wants to come here. Now –
to New York or to the Yankees?
To New York.
Okay.
If it's the Mets, wouldn't stun me, but obviously the Yankees need to make this aggressive play because he fits everything that they need. I think that there's a way to dissuade others from giving up their boatload of prospects. And all Juan Soto's got to do is communicate through his agent, we're not staying there. So you could give up your first-rated prospect, your second, your sixth, your ninth, and your 12th. We'll be there for a year. Peace out. Later.
Would you be okay if it were...
But he wouldn't do that to the Yankees, what I'm saying. I don't think that would happen to the Yankees.
No, I feel like...
Which is why the Yankees would give up anything that they would have to give up. I think except Volpe, because I don't think they'll have to.
Now, I could be wrong, obviously, here, but I feel like if Soto got traded to either New York team, that's where he would be long-term.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right. Any other spot, you don't know, but I do think long-term, if either of these teams made that trade. But you say, all right, Soto, it's all about Soto. Would you be then okay if they kept Gleyber Torres and kept Giancarlo Stanton and added Soto?
I mean, yes. I mean, if that's the case.
I mean, but you've been saying all offseason you got to get rid of Giancarlo Stanton. Like, the Yankees have a million other moves they need to make. Juan Soto makes them better, of course. He's a great player. It does not make them a great team still.
No, I get that. There's other things they're going to have to do. Listen, I know the Yankees season ended with a whimper, but they found a couple of starters at the back of the rotation. Guys that are young. Clark Schmidt looked pretty good there. Michael King. So that changes the complexion of the rotation. Garrett Cole is going to be unanimous Cy Young Award winner. He was an absolute beast. And Aaron Judge is tremendous. So, yeah, I've said, and I'm not backing off the notion that I would trade Gleyber Torres. I would absolutely trade Gleyber Torres. But you just asked me if it meant that they would keep Torres and keep Stanton. Hey, if Giancarlo Stanton's hitting 190, Giancarlo Stanton's not getting run out there every night. I honestly believe that.
Well, why is he on the team? But
I'm saying with Soto, you can now justify sitting him. This kid is the lefty thumper that the Yankees have always had when they're dominant. He fills a position of need, bat third, and you go to battle the next 5-6 years, Judge in his prime, Soto in his prime, and it is on. And I got to tweak some things. There's no doubt about it. If Juan Soto is traded, and he will be, he's going to be dealt. and the Yankees are not in the middle of this, and he goes somewhere else, the Yankees should slink to the side of the road and bury their head forever. They are not the Yankees they need this guy, and he is gettable.
And I think the same thing for the Mets. I mean, the Mets need him too. And I would say that the Mets are in a better position than the Yankees financially, prospect-wise. The Mets now, I don't know if they're going to be willing to give up some guys, but let's just say the Padres say, hey, you interested in Soto? He wants to come to New York. How about Pete Alonso? Who are the Yankees going to be able to give that matches what Pete Alonso could do for 1 year with the Padres before he hits the open market?
Well, that's a good point. That's interesting. And I'm not saying it's a one-way street to the Bronx, but Yankees need to make it that direction. But no, the Mets should be right there as well.
Well, that's how I feel as a Mets fan. And I've said this all offseason. If the Mets don't, Yamamoto's a different story. Let's keep it to Soto here for a second. But you can also add Ohtani. There's no reason why Ohtani or Soto should not be playing in New York. Those guys are available. I've said this all the time, like Mookie Betts. When a guy like that becomes available, you better do everything you can in your power to get him. The Yankees couldn't, whatever. The Red Sox thing. Mets obviously were in a different ownership, so they weren't going to go get him. They missed out on him. When a player like that, Bryce Harper, Real Muto, big players, Juan Soto, when they become available, you better do whatever it takes to go get him. I think the Yankees have bigger issues than just Soto. Obviously, I think he would help. But bigger picture, both the Mets and Yankees need to do whatever it takes to go get Juan Soto or even Ohtani, if not Soto.
877-337-6666. Good morning, everybody. BT and Sal on the Fan inside of our Town Fair Tire studio. Our friends at Town Fair remind you that you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. I just gave you, I think it was 15 names that have played. And there's more. I just left them all for timing purposes that have played left field under Aaron Boone. Not Girardi, under Aaron Boone. And listen, most of those names are, no disrespect, but menial, bounce around, cup of coffee here, you get traded, never worked out, never was, never will be, that kind of deal. The Yankees' collective OPS for left-handed, not left fielders, left-handed bats a year ago was like 6. It was like 31st, and it was ghastly. It was absolutely pathetic, and they must get Juan Soto. Let's get to you, John and Bayonne on the Fan with BT and Sal. Johnny, what's cooking?
BT, Sal, what's going on, brother? But I don't want Soto. I want Ohtani. Why? He could pitch. And he's much better than Soto. Soto, look, he went to the Padres.
Yeah.
What did he win? Nothing.
Okay. What does Ohtani want? What does Ohtani want?
Well, I'll tell you what Ohtani's problem is. California was a mess of a team.
Okay.
A mess of a team. And you look at the Padres, they had all the guns, pitching, everything, and they still don't do it.
Listen, Soto, John, I was going to say that. Don't get me wrong. That's a very strange situation out there in San Diego, but it's not like the NBA or hockey, like chemistry in baseball. I'm not saying that is completely, useless or not a tangible thing. It is, but it means less in baseball. It just didn't work out. That's not Soto's fault.
Yeah, but I look at it when he was with the Nationals.
Yep.
He was okay. Harper didn't get along with him, and everybody's blaming Harper. Well, Harper, they didn't do bad with the Phillies, So maybe it's him. Maybe he's the attitude problem. You know what I'm saying? And we don't need that with the Yankees.
I don't see that.
How is Soto the problem? I don't understand. He won a World Series in 2019 with the Nationals. What are you talking about?
At the age of 19, he was that Hader? He's hitting sick lefties. I mean, I don't know how he was doing what he was doing.
He's a beast.
At the age of 19, lefty on lefty. He's phenomenal. I mean, let's put it this way. All right, honestly, let's just boil it down to this. Juan Soto, if he is a Yankee, and he better be in 2023, right away, he is the best encompassing everything. Power, contact, OPS, the whole eye. He's the best. He's the best lefty hitter, obviously, Prime Mattingly, in my lifetime. He's better than everybody else. Better than Reggie, different, better than Nettles, different, better. Teixeira, switch hitter, better. Giambi, he's better. He's the best lefty hitter I've ever seen that would be on the Yankees, outside of Donnie.
That's great. I'm not disagreeing with that. However, your Yankee arrogance is showing here.
It's not arrogance.
You're talking about it like he should be a Yankee.
He should be.
What about the Mets?
Well, carry the flag for him.
I'm just saying, the Mets could go out there and get him too. What makes you think that your Yankees, who haven't done squat in years as far as going out there and getting the top guy, I just referenced it before, not spending the biggest money, not giving up top prospects, what makes you think they're going to get him? And they're going to get him on the cheap, no less, because they don't have to give up Volpe. If I'm the Padres, I say, yeah, we got to trade him, but we got 5 other teams that are interested in trading him.
Okay.
I want Volpe.
Well, you got to do business the right way, and you've got to manipulate.
You do it?
Well, yeah, listen, if it comes down to it, you do whatever you got to do. I mean, I'll give you the answer. I'm not going to circumvent the answer. Yeah, I mean,
well, no, I'm just curious how badly you want him. Okay.
I want Volpe to stay because if Soto winds up in the Bronx playing left field, what I envision for the next 5-6 years is batting first, Volpe.
All right.
Batting second, Judge. Batting third is Soto. Batting fourth is Dominguez.
Yeah.